question on health plan or treatment plan. Shall we do a treatment plan? Shall we do a health plan? Or shall we do a life plan? This is a really interesting question, because if you open, say, traditional Chinese medicine book on acupuncture, there is a combination of this treatment plan, treatment strategy. So, for example, if somebody has a lot of anger, they're really emotionally unstable, liver gallbladder involvement, they need to have their wood subdued, they need to have their water strengthened, and so on. And this is what is called treatment strategy. And this concerns this particular phenomena. And yes, of course, it takes into account the general state of health. And if you're talking about 5 elements of Chinese medicines, then we are going to take into account all of them. But primarily, we are focusing on this complaint. And this is why it's called a treatment strategy or treatment plan. What I feel is best to do, based on everything I know about medicine, natural medicine, healing, it is much better to actually treat the whole person. And it is much better to treat person preventatively, proactively. That does not mean that if somebody comes in with headache and I'm saying, no, let's have a look at your entire life. Let's have a look at your life path. Let's have a look at your personality. Are you self-realized? Are you happy with your relationship? Is your creativity flowing? And so on, and they're suffering from headache. Of course, this is not going to be appropriate. However, beyond the immediate acute pain, beyond the immediate acute disbalance, mood swings, hormonal disbalance, presenting even degenerative conditions such as, for example, with some joint problems, which tend to be long-term developed conditions. We have this person, we have this lifetime, we have this little part of this life, which is health. Within health, we have this little part, which is a health problem. And then we have the entire life. We have profession, we have personality, we have family, we have relationship, we have community, we have financial picture of this person, we have the social circle, and so on. And we need to know, basically, if you are treating somebody long term, the best way is to create a plan which will take into account this overall picture. Because, for example, if somebody is coming and say, I just need to sort out this question. For me, it's a red flag, especially with people coming with addictions. I just need to stop smoking. I just need to lose some weight. No, you don't, I normally say. Because there is something which is beyond all that. There is something that causes this to happen. So again, this is a little picture. This is a little part of our life called health. And I know that for people with health challenges, and I know it firsthand, this is a huge part of life. However, this is still just one part of life. There are other parts. And again, with this is health, there is this particular problem. So the idea is to create a health plan which will take into account all areas, which will balance out the most painful disbalance in this person's life, beyond obviously helping them with acute pain, with acute emotional or hormonal disbalance, psychological issue, beyond creating program for the joint pain, which was there yesterday, which is here today, which is likely be there tomorrow. And they need a program for that as well. But this could be just a part of a bigger plan. And on which stage you offer your patients this plan, or in which stage you decide to create this plan for yourself, this is another question. But at some point, if you can come up with this idea that basically we need to look at the whole person. And I think pretty much every great doctor of humanity from different countries in different times, they all say the same thing, that the future is for preventative medicine. Because we know what is likely to happen health-wise. If, for example, we follow the same habits as our family followed, we're going to have quite possibly the same conditions, we have the same predispositions, we have the same genetics, similar genetic. We are going to go through similar challenges. How we respond to those challenges, this is completely different. We can choose totally different paths. If everybody in family dies from lung cancer and you smoke, then this is one thing. If you don't, this is completely different. And go on one step deeper. If everybody in this family didn't face grief and sadness issue, which is underlying issue with the lungs, and you are ready to face it and totally cleanse this area, not just for yourself, but for the whole family, this is completely different health prognosis. You're still going to have weak lung tissue because this is something that you inherited. This is your constitutional weakness. However, the sum total of your knowledge, decisions, commitment, life choices, therapy, applications is going to determine how this is going to play out in your life.